For today's project, I had to make a trip to Home Depot and pick up two different types of wood, a 1x2 6-foot long pine wood and a 1x6 shiplap 8 feet long. While I was there, I was able to have the Home Depot employee go ahead and cut it down for me. I had him cut the shiplap into 4 even pieces and the pine wood into 6 even pieces. Some of the other items that we'll need for this project is wood stain, along with a brush, nails. These are shop towels. And alright, let's get started.
On the side, I took the time to check each side to see which side I liked better. For example, this one has more imperfections on it, so I like the imperfection side up for each piece. This is going to be the back of it. Moved all of the pieces into one another like so. The next thing that you're going to want to do is make sure that it's lined up. So that's not. Alright, so now we got that all lined up. Let's see here. We're going to take our pieces on.
Now I am placing the pine wood pieces on the back of the shiplap, which we are going to hammer down here in a moment. I evenly separated them so that they will hold the shiplap together. Now that we have all 3 pieces on the board, we are going to take our nails along with our hammer, and we are going to nail these boards together. It's very important that we put a nail in all 4 boards so that the pine wood will secure the shiplap together in all 4 places. And we're going to do the same thing for all 3 of our pine wood. Alright, so I went on ahead and hammered in 4 nails into each piece of the shiplap. I did that off camera, but as you can see, there are 4 nails in each one to secure our shiplap. Okay, so I actually ran into a small problem where my nails were not long enough. I should have gotten 1.5 inch nails, and I only got 1 inch nails. So what I decided to do was to use my extra 3 pieces of pine wood to go ahead and hammer those in to secure it just a little bit better because it was a little wobbly. And frankly, that didn't really work either. So trying to come up with another way, I decided to just actually directly put the nail into the shiplap where the 2 pieces meet. I did that on both sides. I did it on the top and the bottom. I didn't want to put any nails through the front. What I'm showing you here is how long the nail is compared to the wood. So I didn't hammer it all the way through because I didn't want the nail to come through. That's why I left it up just a little bit, which is what I'm showing you. And you can actually see the pine wood behind it, how it's still sitting up a little bit. And that's because it just wasn't quite long enough to really get the pine wood into the shiplap. So what I would recommend, so that people don't have the same issues that I did, is to actually just go ahead and buy 1.5 inch nails. If you go any longer than that, though, it would be too long. For the final product, I actually ended up just going ahead and taking off those extra pieces of pine wood and getting the nails that I needed. So I got the 1.5 inch nails and I put those in. I did that also off camera because I did it after the stain, but I just was fearful that it would fall apart on my wall and didn't want that to happen. So I went on ahead and got what I needed, and nails are very inexpensive.
All right, now that we have secured our board,
Next is to go ahead and do our stain. So this is the stain that I also got from Home Depot, very inexpensive as well. I will leave in the comment section how much I paid for it because I don't know off the top of my head. But I'm gonna I went ahead and got some newspapers to protect my table. I didn't want to get stain on my table. Used my sponge brush to go ahead and start staining the wood. While I'm staining, I want to make sure that I'm going in the direction of the wood grain. That's very important while staining. Here you'll see that I'm dabbing instead of brushing. I'm doing that to protect the sponge-like material of the brush. When you rub it across, it actually rips and tears. All right, so I'm on the last piece of vinyl now. I decided not to record because I have been at this for hours. It should not have taken this long, but I decided to try out Silhouette's white vinyl, and it was tragic. Joann's was having a sale, and I tried it out to see if it was worth it because it was cheaper than Cricut vinyl, and I will never do it again. Transferring the pieces was very difficult. The back layers didn't come off. I don't know if you probably can't, but it would pull off of my mat and like, let's see if I can, it would pull off my mat and leave some of it on. So on the back of the sticky vinyl aspect, there would be a thin layer of the original sticky that like I had to weed as well. It just took way too long. And it was a terrible first experience. So I will just stick to what I know. I've used vinyls from Cricut, and I've also used different vinyls from Amazon, and those I have not had any issues with, but the vinyl from Silhouette I wouldn't recommend it to anyone. I mean, for other people, it may work for them, but it didn't work for me. But back to our project. So I am transferring my last little bit of letters now. Hopefully this actually comes off. And I'm also not sure if another thing that if you're like watching now, it's not, the vinyl itself isn't really sticking to the wood to start with. So I have to give a little extra pressure, like while I'm taking it off very gently to make sure that my vinyl doesn't rip. I'm not sure if that's because of the wood or if it's also another side effect of Silhouette vinyl. So once again,
I don't recommend Silhouette. Yeah, my first time giving them a chance, and it was less than fun. As soon as I get this off, I'll go ahead and show you all. So like, as you're watching me do this, that was only 5 letters, and I'm still trying to transfer this, so you can only imagine how long it took me to do the rest of it, which is why I ended up turning off the camera and letting some music play, because I knew that it was gonna take some time. Also too, the vinyl, when I unrolled it, it had lots of air pockets in it, which was another issue. I tried to get the air pockets out, but it came off the roll with air pockets, and when it was cutting, that was an issue as well. Cutting through the air pockets, there were a couple pieces I had to recut because when it went over the air pocket, it actually ended up leaving it with, what is the word? Not so smooth line. So yeah, Silhouette definitely was a disappointment. Their white vinyl, this the back of it. I have my like spotlight on, so this was the back of their white. Like, if you can see here, it double sticked. A tragedy. But back to the happy times. Finally got everything on, and this is the board. As you can see, it's pretty big. For you, since I'm doing it on my phone, it is reversed for you, but I promise you that it is correct on my side. And it says, a cord of 3 strands is not easily broken. The Bible verse that it comes from, my name and my soon-to-be husband's name, and our wedding date here at the bottom. Also too, as you see, I left this side open. That's where the rope will go. We will be doing a braiding ceremony, where we will braid 3 ropes together. One to symbolize him, one symbolizing me, and the other symbolizing God. So that will go in this space here. Other thing I wanted to do was to give you guys exact measurements. I have my little tape measure. So we are at 19 inches across and 24 inches long. So we got 24 tall, 19 wide. All right, thank you guys for tuning in, and enjoy your DIY projects.